And it brings me to our big hard fact for today. According to Our World in Data, 1.92 million people in Nigeria have received at least one dose of the COVID-19 vaccine. And of those, 1.54 million people have received a second dose. So 1.9 million people in Nigeria have received at least one dose. And of those, 1.54 million have received a second dose. So as you can see, this is still a very long way from that target of 70% of the population that we need in order to get herd immunity. And vaccines are increasingly available. There's still a lot of hesitancy among some Nigerians about coming forward to get the jab. And so the plan for our conversation this evening is to get to the root of people's concerns about the vaccine and have the experts address them. My guest is the Director for Disease Control and Immunization at the National Primary Healthcare Development Agency, NPHCDA, Dr. Bassi Okwosen. Welcome back to Hard Facts.
Thank you. Good evening.
Good evening,
Nigeria.
And Lagos, yes, nice to have you on the show again. And Lagos, of course, you are our second guest on the show. Have you gotten vaccinated? Do you plan to get vaccinated? What are your concerns? What are the reasons why you don't want to get vaccinated? What questions do you have about the vaccines and their administration here in Nigeria? We have one of the Ogapatapatas of the vaccination drives on the show with us today. So all the questions you have, please come and ask him and he'll do well to answer them. Dr. Okwosen, first of all, talk to Lagos about phase 2 of the vaccine administration. What should Nigerians know about how it's going? Who is eligible? What do they need to do to get vaccinated? Talk to us.
Okay. I will just start from somewhere. We plan to reach about 112 million Nigerians with the COVID-19 vaccines for us to reach herd immunity as a country and be able to stop the transmission of the COVID-19 in our great country. And for us to be able to reach that number, we are looking at doing it in 4 phases. This phasing is mainly due to the vaccines that we are expecting, the period we are expecting the vaccines. It's not readily available like other commodities, other vaccines where you can just get somewhere and buy it. Based on the information that we have available that the vaccines will arrive, we divide them into the 4 phases over the period of 2 years. We successfully finished the first phase of the phase 1 vaccination in Nigeria, where we got the first AstraZeneca 4,024,000 doses that came into the country. As a country, we successfully finished that phase of the vaccination. I'll come back to that. And then we are now on the phase 2.
Recording in progress.
One vaccination that I'm talking about, I won't just continue into the phase 2 without first of all thanking Nigerians and especially Lagosians, because they are more on this call now. Most of the people we vaccinated came in from Lagos. We want to thank Nigerians who made it possible for us as a country during the phase 1 vaccination. In that phase, Nigeria is the only African country that vaccine did not expire on us. There were some predictions that 500,000 doses will expire, but not even one expired in Nigeria. We finished all the vaccines we had 3 weeks ahead of the expiry date. And I'm sure we also heard from the WHO globally, Nigeria was the best rated, the number 4 best performing globally. It wouldn't have happened without Nigerians that are listening to us who contributed, and most especially also the support we had from the presidency, His Excellency the President himself, who made it happen, by giving all the support that was needed to get the vaccine. The Honorable Minister of Health himself, Dr. Henry Reddy, presidential task force then chaired by the Secretary of Government of the Federation, and then our amiable director of the agency, Dr. Faisal Schwab, who was chairing the technical working group and steering committee, and all the staff and partners that made it happen. We successfully finished the phase 1, and in that phase 1 with the vaccine we received, we were able to reach about 2,534,205 Nigerians with the first dose, and then we reached about 1,404,706 persons with the second dose. Now, we are in phase 2. Remember, you said I should tell us where we are in the vaccination generally. Mm-hmm. Now, we got more vaccines that came in. We had the Moderna that came in, 4,080,000 doses. We had another batch of AstraZeneca that also came in. NAFDAC have done due diligence, and those vaccines have been certified once again. And we have started the second dose of the vaccination. Remember, I said the first one we are looking at 4, and each is based on the vaccine arrival. So this is the second phase of the vaccine arrival.
Right.
So we've started the second phase of vaccination. It's currently ongoing in all the states in the Federation. As of today, about 1,058,000 Nigerians have so far been vaccinated with the Moderna vaccine first dose. And then we also have, for those who were due for their second dose AstraZeneca, about 200,000 have so far received the second dose, in addition to the 1.404 million that received their second dose during the first phase. So the exercise is on. The Moderna vaccine is there out there. The AstraZeneca is out there. We also have received Johnson & Johnson from the African Union, and that is the one that the federal government also bought so that we'll have enough to be able to give to Nigerians. I want to reassure Nigerians that these vaccines are all available here in Nigeria, available in all our states, and available for all of us to go to the facility near to us and receive this vaccine. And just to reassure everybody, the vaccines we have in this country that we're currently using are very safe and effective. That is where we are on phase 2 vaccination. It is ongoing in all the states, and we expect all Nigerians will go out and get vaccinated so that we stay safe as a nation and return back to normalcy.
Now, who is eligible for this one? All Nigerians, right?
Now, yeah, for the first one, remember the little quantity came in. The priority was first for the health workers, and then the priority groups that are engaged frequently with the public, where we now open it up to other high-risk persons and the elderly. For this phase now, every adult in Nigeria 18 years and above is eligible for vaccination. If you are 18 years and above, please, you are eligible for the vaccination. Now, for this phase, we are not just giving the vaccines alone. We are also doing the family approach, where we said if you're going to the facility, don't go alone. Go with your friend, go with their spouse, go with your child that is due for routine immunization vaccine. When you get to the facility, there are 2 additional staff assigned to each team to do screening for other conditions, and you'll be given an integrated service. Adults 40 years and above will be routinely screened for hypertension. You know, there are some people that are hypertensive, they don't know. So routinely, the opportunity of coming to the facility, you are being screened for hypertension. And
bottle. Lipton iced tea. Lipton iced tea. Available in peach and lemon flavors. Lipton iced tea. Lipton iced tea.
The couple that will come with their children that are due for routine vaccination are also screened. And if that child is yet to be fully vaccinated, the child will also be given. So the phase 2 is open to everyone 18 years and above, and we provide integrated services at the site.
What do they need to do to get vaccinated?
There are 2 things. 1, believe in what the president, the minister, the executive director, Dr. Faisal, the SGF, who is the chair of the Presidential Steering Committee, is telling us that the vaccines are safe and effective and can keep us alive. Once we do that, that on its own will push us out, if we are yet to be vaccinated, to go to the clinic for vaccination. Once we take that decision, which is very necessary, is very important, the next thing is for us to go online, register, or if you cannot do that on your own, take yourself to the nearest health facility to you. We have 2 recorders in each team that will also help you to register. And once you are registered, you are vaccinated, you are home and dry. And for ministries, MDAs, organized private sector, where you want your workforce to remain and do the work, and then they are yet to be vaccinated. Now, they can also visit the agency website, www.mpHCDA.gov.nigeria. There's a provision there for registration of MDAs, ministries, and the private, organized private sector. Once you register, you give the information on the locations of your staff. We call the states that are responsible and then arrange for them to come to your ministry or office and vaccinate the persons. All this can happen within 48 hours. So we have provisions for self-registration, and then we have provisions for corporate registration. That is where we are for now.
Impressive. Okay. Lagos, I'm sure you have questions. My phone lines are already going crazy. But before we take your calls, I want to talk to Dr. Boseng about supply and demand. So you mentioned earlier that we vaccinated less than 2 million Nigerians. There's a supply side to that problem with not enough vaccines available yet. And there's also a demand side with not enough people coming forward to take the vaccines that are available. Now, you've said to them, well, believe the president and the SGF and the ministers who have all told you that the vaccines are safe. But Nigerians often talk to me on this show, at least when I tell them to go and get vaccinated, that there's a trust deficit. They cannot trust the government because of years and years of incidents that have occurred, one way or the other. So let's not get into all of the long list. Is there a way that that particular factor can be addressed, the trust deficiency? Is there a way that can be addressed so that more people could be encouraged to go and get vaccinated?
Okay, there are so many ways that can be addressed, but I would like to just say something related to our discussion now. I am happy we are not starting from ground zero. We are not doing the phase 1. We are now doing phase 2. And there's a popular saying that experience is the best teacher. We have finished phase 1. In that phase 1, we reach out to, like I mentioned earlier, 2.534 million Nigerians. That is one set with the first dose, and 1.401 came back for a second dose. For this phase now, we have reached out already to the Moderna about 1.058 million Nigerians. If you add 2.534 and add 1.058, you're already hitting 4 million plus that have received, not even the 2 million you mentioned with the first doses of the vaccine.
Right.
First dose that we received, we are seeing results. And that result is enough for people to have confidence that what we are saying is true. I'll give you an example. There's a very big hospital. I won't mention where it is, but I speak in honor. This hospital, the MD was one of those that said during the phase 1, I don't want to take vaccine. I personally spoke with the person about 4 times. He said he will not take the vaccine. 3 weeks ago, he was the one that called. I said, please, when is this vaccine coming again? I said, what happened? Because I was shocked. He said, I took statistics of my staff that took the vaccine. 60% of them took, 40% did not take. As we are talking with the Delta variant, the 60% of them that took the vaccine, all of them are well, healthy, and doing their work. The 40% that did not take the vaccine, about 80% of them are at different stages of the infection. Some have just been down with it and recovered. Some are actively having it. I have not personally been to the hospital for 1 week. I need the vaccine now. I said, you need the vaccine now? He said, yes. Why? He said, because I have seen those who took the vaccine, nothing is happening to them.
So it's like
I
the
want to
blood
take
of the lamb on the doors
Yes.
during the plague.
So
Pass over me.
Pass over me. He saw it. He saw that his staff who took the vaccine are all healthy and doing their work. And those who did not take, but those that came down with it. And you look at the bigger picture also. In UK, when they started the vaccination, 4 months after, they did a research. What the research showed was that the hospitalization rate automatically reduced by 94%. In US, they did a study in 4.5 months with the vaccine that we are taking in Nigeria now. After that period, and that test, the trial was on 32,499 persons. Usually you need 10 to 15,000 to do the trial, but they used 32,499 persons. After the 4.5 months, at one stage or the other, about 141 of them at one point or the other tested positive for the virus, but none of them was ever hospitalized, and none of the 32,499 died. That's when they themselves started using the vaccine publicly. We want to reassure Nigerians there are enough evidences that the vaccines that we are taking are very safe. They keep us safe. Even for any reason we are infected with the virus, it just comes very transient. The effect is all over and you are back to life. You can liken this to the picture of what we see in children that we give measles vaccine. You know, if you immunize 100 children with, vaccinate 100 children with the measles vaccine, study shows that 85 of them, of these 100, will develop lifetime immunity. They will never come down with it. Now, the remaining 15% might come down with it, but what will happen is the degree of the measles infection in them will be very mild. If you give them a second dose, 10 more will develop lifetime immunity. In other words, about 95 of the 100 will develop full-time immunity. And then the other 5% remaining, if they are exposed to the virus, measles virus, will just come down with very mild sickness compared to a child that never received the vaccine. That's the picture we are seeing also with the COVID-19 virus. Those who take the vaccine, they stay safe, they stay protected, even for any reason. They are among the few percentage that will be exposed and they come down with the disease will become very mild. No reason to go to the hospital and they stay safe.
Some people argue that if they get the disease anyway, they may be one of those for whom it is mild. So why should they take the vaccine?
Now, research have shown very clearly that it is better, easier, right, to take just a jab, experience the slight pain of the injection, like some people say, oh, I felt slight pain at injection, than to be exposed to receiving oxygen. You know, they said, if you say education is expensive, try ignorance. If you think the one jab is easy, wait for when there will be oxygen. I have a family friend in US. I wonder if he was in Nigeria, what would have happened? Since February, post-COVID, has been on hospitalization. I don't want to go into the details. It's easier to take the vaccine. We also have an edict in Nigeria that we are very familiar with. Prevention is better than cure. I'll give you a last illustration. If I want to come to Lagos now from Abuja, I can decide to trek. Somebody trekked during the election from Lagos to Abuja. Remember? I can decide to say I want to come with power bike. I can decide to say I want to come with night bus. I might decide to say I want to come with flight. Which one will be easier?
The flight.
The flight. But somebody decided to trek. We will get to the destination easier, better, with the easiest means. For me to come to Lagos from Abuja now, it will be much easier, time saving. I just go by flight, reach there, do what I want to do, than to say, I want to start coming with a motorcycle. What do I want to prove?
Lagos.
It's easier to take vaccine and stay safe easily than wanting to experience the infection to develop an immunity. Not everyone that goes through it is alive now to tell the story. It's very sad. It's unfortunate. As of today, we have lost about 2,561 Nigerians to COVID, those that are officially documented. These people, you don't know what they would have been to this great nation. Sadly, we've lost them. And people, Nigerians should not keep on dying on something that we can prevent. There will be other things that will kill, but this one is a solution to it. It's easier. We take the easier way, go by flight than wanting to trek or go by bike from Lagos to Abuja. I think that's just what I would say here.
If you just tuned in, Lagos, you're listening to Hard Facts on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Doctor, you should see my phone lines. It's going insane. But we'll take a break. We'll take a break. When we come back, as soon as we come back from this break, I will hand you over to Dr. Basi Okboseng, who is the Director for Disease Control and Immunization at the National Primary Healthcare Development Agency, NPHCDA. Dr. Basi Okboseng is talking to us about COVID-19 vaccines, about the second phase of vaccination, and about why it's important for you to get vaccinated. I'm Sandra Ezekwesili. This is Nigeria Info 99.3.
Public service announcement. Ongoing recruitment for an independent brand manager at an international company with the most history worldwide. Do you have a car and a valid driver's license? Are you enterprising with a positive attitude, ready to take advantage of an amazing business opportunity? If so, please call 081 5705 0505 or 0905 258 to book for an interview.
More talk, news, and sports after this. Need money? Rent money. Need money? Rent money. Need money? Rent money. Visit rentmoney.com or call 0700 5500. Need money? Rent money. Need money? Rent money. Need money? Rent money. Need money? Rent money. Visit rentmoney.com or call 0700 5500. Need money? Rent money.
Babe, that girl must be using something.
Hey, Berry, what kind of something?
You to see how she's always smiling, displaying her 32.
You're cuckoo right. I know her secrets. I know what she's using. She uses it twice a day.
Tell me her secrets.
I'll give you a hint. ABZ.
ABZ?
Yes, ABZ is the secret. Close-Up contains antibacterial zinc, ABZ, which gives you 3 times more freshness and 3 times more protection. Better than your regular toothpaste. Now you know the ABZ secret.
The new Close-Up is her secret. Everybody must hear.
You can't keep a secret.
New Close-Up with antibacterial zinc. Triple the freshness, triple the protection.
I have a super story that everyday people will love.
Are you making ripples?
I'm talking about a brighter, safer future for workers, for businesses, for West Africa.
What's that?
A free online conference organized by the Institution of Occupational Safety and Health.
What's it about?
How health and safety at work can help us, our businesses, and our economy.
That sounds like a domino effect. What are the topics?
Competitive and sustainable advantage from health and safety in all industries and businesses. Changes in occupational safety and health legislation. Women as leaders in the profession.
What's the lineup?
There are speakers from leading West African and international institutions, as well as from business and the health and care sectors.
Oh, I'd like to find out more. When does the rooster crow at dawn?
16th and 17th September.
How do I sign up?
Check out www.iosh.com/WAC.
I'm on the edge of paradise.
Say you wanna feel that boost? Allow me to introduce Number Energy Drink. No more shutting down, we're going up. Oh yeah, get ready, stimulate your energy. Amber is the remedy. Go around, tell somebody. Oh yeah, get ready, stimulate your energy.
energy drink. Stimulate the energy in you.
You are listening to your number one station for talk.
Your number one station for talk.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
It's 29 minutes past 5 o'clock. I'm Sandra Ezekwesili. Let's come straight to the phone lines and have you have a conversation with the National Primary Healthcare Development Agency today. We have on the show Director for Disease Control and Immunization, Dr. Basi Oboseng. 99.3, hello. Sorry about that. Call us back if you can. 0700-993-993-993. That's our number for men. For women, 01465-7190. So if you have questions, please go ahead and ask today. 01465-7190 for our female callers. For our male callers, 0700-993-993-993. If you're just tuning in for the first time today and you're wondering, why do you have a number for men and women? Well, Nigeria Info has more male listeners than female listeners. So imagine that there are 7 people trying to call in and 5 of them are men, 2 of them are women. If they're all calling one number, you're more likely going to hear from a man than you are going to hear from a woman. But if you have one number for men and one number for women, you make sure that you even the odds of hearing from both sides. Cynthia is on the line. Hello, Cynthia. Thank you very much for calling.
Hello.
Cynthia, you're talking to Sandra now. Hi, go ahead.
Okay, well done, Mrs. Sandra.
Good evening. Go ahead.
Yes, I want to ask if a pregnant woman can take a vaccine or a person living with HIV positive can take vaccine.
Okay. All right. Thank you for asking, Cynthia. Keep listening. Doctor, she wants to know if a pregnant woman can take the vaccine. Also, a person living with HIV.
Yeah. A pregnant woman, lactating mother, breastfeeding the child is not a contraindication. Those conditions are not contraindication for the woman not to take the vaccine.
Okay.
But there is any feeling that she has, we advise she meet her doctor who will counsel her properly.
Okay.
But if you are happy, you feel good, and you know that you have nothing to worry about as a pregnant woman or you are breastfeeding, is not a contraindication.
Okay.
The studies that are ongoing so far, none have shown that it's a reason that they should not be given.
Okay.
Because if you picture it from the other way around, if the woman is pregnant and is not protected and comes down with the COVID, God forbid this woman dies, that baby will not be alive. So it's good for the woman to stay safe. It's not a contraindication.
At all. Okay.
Likewise, immunocompromised persons, what kills most of the immunocompromised persons, like the HIV/AIDS she's talking about, and other immune suppressive conditions, is when they are exposed to an infection, because they cannot fight like normal person will fight, they can easily die. So an immunocompromised person is good for him or her to also take the vaccine so that he is further protected against the virus that would have come, hit him or her down, and then expose him or her to early death.
Okay.
So HIV/AIDS is not a contraindication if the person is still very stable.
Okay.
It's
So
not a contraindication.
if you have HIV, take the vaccine. If you're pregnant, take the vaccine. But talk to your doctor if you're pregnant to make sure that everything checks out. We've got Olara Waju on the line. Hello.
Oh, hello.
Thanks for calling. Go ahead.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah. I would like to make a suggestion that if this vaccine, if the leaders, as in the church and the Muslim leaders and the Christian leaders, if they can make it in a way, they can make it the reality to the society, to the members of their church when they are preaching. But that would be consistent because many people, I would like to, even in marriage, even some wives believe in their
pastors and their imams.
And their imam, that their husband. They believe in whatever they say. So like for example, all these major leaders that we know very well, I don't want to mention names, that we know. If we hear something like that from them, when they're having their programs, their major program, if we are hearing this thing from them, many people will believe.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much for calling. And what we have had, unfortunately, Dr. Boseng, is the opposite of that. We've had lots of respected religious leaders railing against the vaccines, advising their congregants to not take the vaccines. And these are people who are trusted voices. These are opinion leaders. These are perception shapers. Is there some plan to get these people on board so that their messaging can change about the vaccines? Because that's what that caller was talking about. How do we? He was suggesting that we should get these religious leaders, the imams, the pastors, the priests, to talk about these vaccines and encourage people to take them.
He is very right. Our executive director, Dr. Faisal, who is the chairman of the technical working group and the strategy team that meet every day, it's one of the tasks our risk communication team has to deliver, and they have been doing a lot of that. Just last week, there was a repeat engagement with the Interreligious Faith Council of Nigeria, and there's been a lot of consultations on this. Last week also, I'm just talking of very recent ones. You saw the chief executive with the Honorable Minister of Health. They were at Ife with the Oni of Ife to inaugurate the Traditional Leaders Council, and knowing how important also they are. And just yesterday, the Northern Traditional Leaders also headed by the Sultan of Sokoto. So we cannot underestimate the role of our traditional and religious leaders. They are very, very important. We have seen some of them coming out positively now and saying very strong things, right, about vaccine, and saying, please, we will not deceive you, go and take your vaccines. And we have seen so many of them recently also coming out and taking the vaccines themselves and telling their members in their church that, yes, I have received my vaccine, please go and receive your vaccine. Now, just to talk to Nigerians, my brothers, my fathers, my mothers, colleagues and friends that are listening to us, some of these same leaders who are saying don't take the vaccine, they take other drugs. They send their children to take vaccination when their children are young. They take other medication and all sort of things. Why is it that they take those things, they take other drugs, then when it comes to the COVID-19, they say don't take? Because drugs are drugs. 2, God gave man, woman, wisdom to invent drugs. And most of the drugs we are seeing are from herbs. The vaccine we are talking about now in question, for instance, the AstraZeneca we first introduced in Nigeria, is a deactivated form of the virus that has now been weakened not to be virulent. When it's now given as a vaccine, it now helps us to develop immunity that if we are now faced with the real virus, we are protected against it. So please, even when your pastor or your imam is telling you, I like Nigeria because we have so many slangs that we use to charge ourselves. If they shine your eyes.
Are you watching Big Brother?
Shine your eyes. I'm not watching Big Brother. I'm talking the one that we used to hear. They shine your eyes when you hear something. Sharpen your ears. The vaccines are safe. We can assure you these vaccines are safe. We will continue to engage our traditional religious leaders, as has been mentioned. We've been doing that. We'll continue to do that. But please, Nigerians, let's be wise.
Okay.
Let's know that these vaccines are good for us.
We've got Jake on WhatsApp who says, I contracted COVID in May 2020 and I recovered. I know that my body has developed antibodies for COVID already. So why do I need to take the vaccine?
Now, we advise, even when you have been exposed to the virus already and you came down with it, is a variant of the virus that you were exposed to. There are so many variants. Nigeria is in the 3rd wave now, the Delta variant. There are other variants that might come out. Usually in epidemics, you have 3 to 5 cycles. We don't know how long this cycle will be. There are some countries already in the 4th wave. Each of the wave comes with a different variant. the vaccines that are given, that are being developed and given, are vaccines that are equally important in protecting against one strain. So even if you came down with it before you are vaccinated, is improving the opportunity against other variants. That even if you are exposed, you have a stronger immunity because your body is being stimulated to produce more than what you receive when you got the infection. That is the advice. And usually we advise if somebody comes down with the virus and was never vaccinated, it should give 2 weeks post recovery
to go and
to
get
go for
vaccinated.
vaccination.
Okay.
Yes.
We've got Steve from Ikorodu who says, Steve, yes, there are vaccination centers in Ikorodu. Just go to the nearest primary health center close to you in Ikorodu. And no, it will not reduce your power in the other room. In fact, research has even shown that getting COVID is what reduces your power in the other room. We've got Felix.
That's a funny one.
Felix Ola says, can hypertensive patients take COVID-19 jab?
Yeah, you know, like, remember when I was introducing, I said we are doing integrated services for family approach for this second phase. And I said routinely, those who are 40 years and above, before you are vaccinated, your blood pressure is taken to be sure you are not hypertensive. At the point of vaccination, the vaccinators, the people who are screening in that team will take your BP. If your BP is raised, they will advise you to go see your doctor, take your vaccine, the BP come down, and then you receive the vaccine. So you'll be checked. When you get to the facility, tell the health workers to check your BP and be sure, right, that your BP is down. You know, commonly, if somebody is already hypertensive, the blood pressure is high up there, and is coming to take the jab, is already afraid because of what he or she has been hearing. Because of fear and already raised blood pressure. So it's good at the point of vaccination, let them take your BP and be sure your BP is normal, and then you continue. The high blood pressure that is controlled is not a contraindication to taking vaccine.
Okay. We've got Anonymous from Jakande State who says, I want to take the vaccine, but I have a congenital phobia for the syringe. Please, is there no other way that the vaccine can be administered without the needle? I don't know. Is there, doctor? I feel Anonymous is pain.
I'll give that. I will just tell this happened just yesterday.
Okay.
A very popular comedian. There was an event we had here in Abuja yesterday. Okay. Very popular comedian. One of the event planner just came across to me and said, you see this comedian in this event today? He has refused vaccine for a very long time, and we have been talking to him. He said he's afraid of the needle.
Yeah.
Now, please, can you help us talk to him? Because if he takes the vaccine, many of his friends who are looking up to him will also take the vaccine.
Yeah.
I just said, look, give me a few minutes. I called him one side. I started talking to him. And one of the last questions I asked him, I said, the slight pain of the injection, and God forbid, you coming down with COVID and they put you oxygen for days on your sick bed, which one is easier? He just lifted his face and looked at me. He said, the injection one is easier. I said, what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? It's easier to take that one needle prick.
What if we give them something to make them sleep? Then when they're sleeping, we inject them, so that way they don't know that you're injecting them.
No, it's not necessary. It's not necessary.
Doctor, there are people that are afraid though. Me, I'm afraid of needle too, but I took my own.
I put it this way: where the cost, that one prick, and God forbid the person coming down with COVID and is hospitalized. Which one is easier?
Okay, let's go to
I
the
want
phone
to
line.
that our anonymous caller, please, I beg of you, go out and take your vaccine. And the comedian I talked about yesterday, immediately I asked him that question. He raised that, he said, I think this one is easier. I said, so what are you waiting to? I said, I want to take my vaccine now. He took his vaccination yesterday. And he said immediately that he's going to post it on their platform, that he's going to convince his friend, that he was even thinking the thing is very painful. And Here it is, it's not painful. So please take away that fear and go for the vaccination. It is easier than waiting to experience
oxygen. Okay. 99.3. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. What's your name? Hello.
Yes. Good evening. How do you do, Sandra?
Good evening. I'm very well. What's your name?
My name is Shade. Hi. Yes,
Shade, good to have you here. Go ahead.
Yes, I just wanted to know if the doctor could let us know when the Johnson & Johnson one will be available for the public, and also if a person can pick, like when you get to the to the clinic, and they say, I want this over the other one.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, now we have options now.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, can they do that, Dr. Bose?
Okay, I will answer Shade very well. Truthfully. I will answer her very truthfully. For now, in country, we have the AstraZeneca, we have the Moderna, and then we have the Johnson & Johnson that just came in. Now, each of these vaccines has expiry dates, right? And when you have a drug, it's always good to finish the drug ahead of the expiry date. When you look at the AstraZeneca and the rest, the AstraZeneca and the Moderna have a shorter lifespan than the Johnson & Johnson, right? Now, it is good now that we got this Johnson & Johnson and the AstraZeneca is expiring, a few of them ending of September, some in October, and they are equally very, very effective. I can assure Shade they are very, very effective. We are going in because it should be first in, first out for those first. The Johnson & Johnson for now is reserved to very special, challenging needs. For instance, in areas that are security compromised, where you just need a window with the military to go give first dose and leave them there. I know with time, in the future, we will now open up because that is the vaccine we will get more in Nigeria, but that is not going to be that early. And I want to reassure you, please, let's not take that risk and wait until when Johnson & Johnson is out. When these other vaccines that are here are very, very effective.
I suspect that it's because Johnson & Johnson is one dose,
Just one dose.
So for those that are afraid of injection, you just eat once and it's over. But the other ones are 2 doses. You have to go through that
I'll
twice.
crack a joke with Shade. I'll crack a joke with her.
Yeah.
Just go and buy a cup of ice cream and keep. Once you take the take the ice cream and forget about the taste.
Let me take another call. 99.3.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Yeah, good. My name is Felix.
Welcome, Felix.
Yes. Please, can somebody with body pain that is as a result of a sleeping order or sleeping position take the vaccine?
Okay. Thank you very much, Felix, for calling. I'll take 3 more calls and then we'll just answer all the questions at once because we're out of time. 99.3. Hello. Welcome to Hard Facts.
Yeah, my name is Desmond.
Desmond, turn your radio off. Go ahead, very quickly.
Okay. I just want to ask you a question. Yes, the doctor, there is something somebody said that the imam, the pastor, they can talk to their people to take the vaccine. And he say it's true. Why the doctor did not talk to the people that in power? That time they very palliative to talk to us. Number one. Number two is there is scenario that they say if you take the, I don't know how you call them, they are different ones. If you take that one, you are still going to take the other one, the one you take before as a second dose. Why are they not bringing the first one? So that the people will complete their second dose with the one they started with.
Okay.
and
Well,
the other one.
they've brought both. So if you took AstraZeneca first, so for personally, I took AstraZeneca first, and then I
Yes.
took my second one. There are people that took that time, but they couldn't take the second one. Second one has come now, so they can now go and take that same one the second time. What they advise is that if you take AstraZeneca, you cannot take Moderna. Then for your first question, I'll let Dr. Bassi answer that. But that's after we talk to Atunda. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. How do you pronounce your name?
Tonda or Loco.
Okay. Good to have you on the show. Go ahead.
Yes, please. The other time I went to Falomo, I think there is a unit there.
Mm-hmm.
I was directed. I didn't even get to the point. I was directed by an officer. She would just go read something on the wall. She would go to www. And he just walked me out. How free is this thing we are talking about? Should be free. I can just walk in and just take it and go out, or is it because you just want to take data of those that are taking it? This thing has been causing issues for me and my boss because I'm using a small phone. I don't have a big phone as at now. I just walk in and someone was pointing a paper to me, www. And he walked me out again. That if I can copy that, then I'm not welcome.
So they're telling you to go and register online first before you come.
Register online first with my small phone. How do I do that?
Well, I'm sure you have friends. I'm sure you have friends that have. I'm sure you have friends that have big phones.
If it is as compulsory as it sounds, I think it should be free.
Okay, here's what we're gonna do. It's actually free. Here's what we're gonna do. If you can reach out to me on Facebook, I will help you and register online. Is that okay?
You help me.
I'll help you. Yes, if you can reach out to me, Sandra Ezekwesili on Facebook.
Everybody.
I will help you because you're the one that called and asked for help.
All right.
Thank you. So find me on Facebook, Sandra Ezekwesili. I will help you. If they're insisting, go and do it yourself, it's very easy to do. If you just have a phone that has internet, that's all. You go to the website and register. Now let's come to Dr. Bassi. Dr. Bassi, we've got 2 minutes, so I hope you can answer the questions in 2 minutes or less. But the first question was about body pain. If you have body pain due to sleeping disorder, can you take the vaccine? Second person was saying, well, why didn't you tell the government to give us palliatives? Why is it now that you're telling us to take vaccines? So over to you, Doc.
Now, just to mention that for body pains, if it's that severe, it would be good the person even go and test and be sure is not already COVID positive. Because there's a reason that the person is having that pains. So I will advise it's good you consult your doctor, be sure that there is no problem. And then aside that, the ordinary normal weakness or body pain that you are not being challenged in any way will not stop you from taking the vaccine. And for the pastor that said, why is it that during palliatives, the pastors, the imams were not consulted and so on? I want to just say, please, it's very, very important. We look at the two scenarios are very different. No pastor, no imam will tell his followers, don't collect food and eat. They will encourage you to find food for yourself and your family. But what we are seeing here, and the scenario here is that some of these pastors, some of these imams really re-echo these things to their members and say, this vaccine is not good, don't take it. So that is what we are trying to speak against, work with them to say, please don't do this. Give opportunity to members, let them know that these vaccines are important. And so if that one did not go down well with some of our religious leaders, on behalf of the government, we want to say, sorry, I think in further things and palliatives, we will also take them along for consultation that this will happen. So please, my brother, we will note this. And for the person that is having difficulty in registering, I just want us to realize that in other states, we have the self-registration and then the on-site registration where you are helped at the site.
That's right.
It's just the decision of the Lagos state government that they don't want to see overcrowding at the facility.
That's right.
That people should do self-registration. We are still in dialogue with the state government so that they can relax that and give opportunity to people who can't do that themselves and want to do self-registration so that they are not missed out of the opportunity.
Dr.
And so I
Bassi.
want to be like we have offered to give a help. Thank you, Sandra, for giving a helping hand to him.
That's all the time we have. We do hope we can bring you back because people still have questions. My phone lines are blinking nonstop. So please, when we invite you to come back, please come back and answer the questions of Lagos. Yes?
We'll try our best. It's a yes.
Okay.
Nigerians, the vaccines are safe and effective. Please go out and take your jab if you are yet to do that.
Thank you for your time, sir. And thank you, Lagos, for being a part of this show. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. Don't go away.
I have some really good information from Visa. You know, everyone is always looking for a discount on any item they're getting. Everyone wants a discounted price, which is also known as the best price. Guess what? Visa has done all the work and gra for you. Visa is working and is bringing to you the best discounts, rewards, and offers to you. The Visa card has partnered with some of the best grocery stores, restaurants, electronic stores, health stores, and many more to bring to you exclusive offers like no other. Just visit visacards.africa on your web browser to see what I am talking about. If you got an iPhone or an Android phone, head to any of the app stores or the Google Play Store and download the Visa Benefits and Offers Africa app. Sign up on the website or app with your details and access a one-of-a-kind deal from Adidas, David Wedge, Sweet Kiwi, Rough and Tumble, Sims, Smile Internet, and many more amazing brands. Mostly your favorite brands. Select a store and follow the instructions or download the voucher code to get your offer when you pay with your Visa card. And see, it's that easy. Don't sleep on this one, no. Wait, you haven't gotten your Visa card? Ha! You are what? You are definitely darling. This is the master of all offers. And if your card is not giving you this kind of offers, ask your bank right now for a Visa card because life is truly better when you pay with Visa.
More news and information coming up. We'll be back in a moment.
Someone gave me this script to read, but I'm JJ Okocha. I don't know how many words I must read in a minute. I play football, not Mr. Actor. I don't read scripts. I'm at my best when I feel this. That feeling? That's betking. Join us at betking.com.
Hey there, heard about the Netflix mobile plan? Yeah, the new one that allows you watch loads of movies on your mobile phone for just 1,200 naira monthly. Yeah, that one. I bet that's where you're going to watch The King of Boys 2, Return of the King, Rattlesnake, Days of Destiny, Quam's Money, and other amazing movies. I bet you're going to enjoy yourself without anyone disturbing you because it gives you access to all movies and shows on one screen. Perfect quality for your smartphone and tablet. Plus, it works on all iOS and Android devices. And it's designed specially for you. No squatters this time, just you. Sign up on netflix.com today.
Babe, that girl must be using something.
Hey, Berry, what kind of something?
You to see how she's always smiling, displaying her 32.
You're cuckoo right. I know her secrets. I know what she's using. She uses it twice a day.
Tell me her secrets.
I'll give you a hint. ABZ.
ABZ?
Yes, ABZ is the secret. Close-Up contains antibacterial zinc, ABZ, which gives you 3 times more freshness and 3 times more protection. Better than your regular toothpaste. Now you know the ABZ secret.
The new Close-Up is her secret. Everybody must hear.
You can't keep a secret.
New close-up with antibacterial zinc. Triple the freshness, triple the protection.
Hey, day. This one you're frowning like someone who just ate fufu with lime. I hope all is well. Why won't I frown when they're asking me to produce my great-grandmother's birth certificate and the COO of the Atlantic Ocean? All because I need a small loan to stock up my store with goods that are in high demand? Relax your mind. Stanbic IBTC SME loan has got your back. Really? Sure thing. With the Stanbic IBTC SME loan, you can get a loan from as low as 50,000 naira up to a maximum of 10 million naira without collateral, all within 24 hours. If you are an existing customer, enjoy the support you need to keep that small business or side hustle moving forward with Stanbic IBTC SME loan. This offer is open to new and existing customers.
For more information, walk into any Stanbic IBTC branch today or call our Enterprise Direct team on 0700-333-3333 or visit www.stanbicibtcbank.com.
Stanbic IBTC, it can be.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
We are back.
We're back on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
All right, if there's time before the news hands over to Rufai, I will give you a chance to play Just a Minute. So fingers crossed that there's time to play Just a Minute before we hand you over to Rufai for Chance with Rufai. Don't go away.
At the best of talk. 99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
It's 6 o'clock.